expectations, Jamal. This is episode 1 of the Singing Soapbox podcast. I am Ryan R.R. Molyneux, and this is Jamal. Hi,
Jamal
say
Lewis.
hi. Say hi,
Jamal.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Lion. Hi, you reprobates. Hello, guys.
Don't talk to the people, Jamal.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Okay.
Fuck you.
I have got some really lovely stuff to show you all today. I have been perusing the arse end of the internet and have some beautiful things to show you. So let's get started with that. Jamal, have you got any announcements to make or anything?
Well, I've got one announcement to make.
Yeah.
By the way, actually, I want to give people a bit of a history of why we've actually come together and done this podcast.
Come together right now on my tits. What?
Yeah, what a great way to start a show. Basically, what happened is on one of the various band and music sites, I was just promoting my stuff. I was to promote my band, which is called The Captivators, we are basically a hip hop funk soul. Fuck you, man! I'm talking. Don't speak when black people are talking. You'll get backhanded. Anyway, I was promoting my music. I was promoting my music from the.
I'm done.
Yeah, done. Okay, I was promoting my music for The Captivators, which are a hip hop band based in Manchester, based up north. And Ryan basically took a listen to some of my stuff, really liked it. We found out that we had a lot of things in common, both musically and in terms of
misogyny.
The internet. My soggy knees. And so we just thought, you know what, maybe we should have a podcast. Maybe we should make a podcast together.
See, it works out great because he hates women and I hate everyone. So
I love women. I respect.
You love women. You love women, Jamal. You just don't want to listen to them talk.
No, I just don't want to listen to you talk.
Well, join the club, mate. It's a pretty big one. To be honest, considering how many people don't want to hear me talk, I'm surprised you decided to make a podcast with me. It wasn't a very good business move, really.
Well, I'm not exactly a businessman, but to be fair, clearly, no. But no, what I want to actually announce is the Captivators are actually going to be performing at the Salford Carnival from 1 o'clock. So this 6th of June, this Saturday, the Captivators, hip hop, funk soul, future funk flavors at the Salford Carnival. So get down there. It's going to be a good night, a good full day of family fun and other stuff. So there's going to be poetry, spoken word, bit of hip hop, bit of drums, bit of bass in your face.
Right, do you want me to show you is this Sunday, yeah? When is
this is Sunday. No, this is Saturday.
Saturday where? Saturday where?
Saturday down at the Salford Carnival.
Okay, do you want me to do a proper announcement? Because that was Saturday at the Salford Carnival. The Captivators and someone else at 1 o'clock. Get down there, or I'll hurt you with my penis. Anyway, should we do our first video? Yeah.
Oh god, let's see our first video.
Why don't we get the playlist up and screen share it and stuff? So I thought I would start soft before we descend into madness, H.P. Lovecraft style.
It sounds like you starting soft.
Well, yeah, we are starting soft with a bit of Stephen Crowder, your favourite person in the world.
Oh,
louder with Crowder.
Louder with Crowder.
While eating some chowder. Oh, it's Rebecca Watson. Hi, Rebecca Watson.
I can't hear anything.
Yay! Sorry, Jamal.
I can't hear anything from Crowder, which is a good thing, I guess.
Oh, well, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Oh, present to everyone. Okay, try now.
Yeah.
Beginning. Yeah? Yes.
Still can't hear shit.
Okay. Well, could you lip read?
Not very well, happily.
This is embarrassing. Right, let me try and fix this quickly.
All right.
Okay. So, do you know any good jokes?
No, but I used to actually crush a lot of Coke cans in my spare time. It was so depressing.
That was
Terrible, I know.
that was worse than the last shooter.
Not that bad.
It's pretty bad, dude.
Okay, can you hear that? I was wondering if you can hear this.
Hear me now.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, like vaguely.
Ooh, sound technical difficulties ahoy.
There are sound difficulties. It worries me, but it also kind of makes me feel a bit aroused. So, from my perspective, it's a bit of a mixed bag, I guess.
Oh, God.
Oh, don't open system preferences. Yeah, don't you hate it when like you're using a computer and your hand slips and like you open up a program or something that you didn't want to open up?
Oh, God.
Did you hear that?
Keep going. Very, very fucking vaguely.
Sorry?
That's like a tiny speck of sound is coming out there, which is weird. And this is on VLC player.
Yeah, this is on VLC player. I don't understand that. Let me try unplugging my headphones and see if that works.
All right.
Issue. Try this.
So one of the most
There.
Is that good?
Well, it's even worse because I can actually hear the bastard.
So it works.
Yeah.
Yay!
No, so go on. Go on, let's.
We're going to be comparing Jesus to Muhammad. Peace be upon him.
Yay! He's defending Jesus.
Videos that I've ever done have to be the Quran challenge. If you click the link, you'll get to see the thousands of threats that I've received for insinuating that the Quran wasn't inherently a peaceful book. Now, many people think it's very unfair to compare the acts of Christians to the acts of Muslims.
Right.
Well, what's the difference? You're both a bunch of violent fucks anyway.
Well, yeah, but even then, you know, he said he was insinuating.
Yeah.
You know how he's a known liar?
And a known bullshitter. And a coward.
People that don't know, this guy once beat up a 45-year-old man and then tried to claim that the guy attacked him on national television.
Well,
he's a 25-year-old physically fit man, and he challenged an old guy to like a UFC fight.
Yeah, actually, I can give you the context of it in more detail. According to the video, basically there was a video footage of him getting attacked by a union, what he deems as a union thug. But in truth, basically he deliberately edited out that clip to make it look like he was being attacked. But in actuality, there was a clip of that man being pushed beforehand. And you can obviously tell, by deductive reasoning and using your, common sense, that Steven Crowder pushed him from behind to start on him. So it was all a publicity stunt.
Basically, he's a scumbag.
Yes, he's a scum fucking turd meister.
That's one way of putting it. I tell you what, though. He's got a nice face, so I'll forgive him of that.
Well, I punch him in the face.
Both groups often consist of hypocrites. So let's get to the root of the issue. Yes, let's look to the faith's holiest of prophets, their model citizens, if you will. Jesus versus Muhammad.
I like it, like how they got. I like how they kind of present. Pause for a bit.
I will admit that the portrait not available thing was a nice touch. Credit where credit's due, that was a genuinely good joke.
That was a funny joke. And I like it how they set it up like it's a fucking UFC fight.
Yeah.
It's like, of all the talentless hackery that he's known for, I gotta give Steven Crowder his props.
If it was me, though, I would have done like a parody trailer of Batman v Superman or something. I would have been a bit more creative with it than just like a Windows Movie Maker presentation of a UFC fight. What do I know? I don't have Fox News' budget, evidently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
well,
no, Liberty Alliance, not Fox News.
Well, to be honest, he's on someone's dick anyway.
Very true. Don't be so homophobic, dude.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Good. Anyway, let's continue.
Much as I want without any fear of violent repercussions whatsoever. Hey, Jesus, how you doing? You want me to pour you some wine? I am aware that in the Muslim...
Wait.
Muhammad, which is why in these dramatizations I've gone to great lengths to avoid doing so. I am not Muhammad. Okay, firstly, before we get to their action...
What the fuck was that?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're gonna be a
can we? I want to rewind that. I want to like.
Yeah, rewind that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewind that shit. Wait a second. Right. Where to begin?
I've gone to great lengths to avoid doing so. I am.
So, right, he's wearing what appears to be like a bathrobe.
Yeah.
He's browned his face up, and he's got a unibrow.
And yeah, and you wonder why people give him death threats.
Yeah, see, I'm all for freedom of speech, and I know that saying I'm all for freedom of speech, but is like a bit like saying I'm not racist. But in fact, no, I rescind the fact that I said that because it's a scummy thing to say. But come on, dude, you wonder why people hate America so much.
I know. It's not. I don't think he's even American.
Is he Canadian?
I think he's Canadian. That's even worse.
Canada, sort yourself out.
I know.
Not Muhammad.
I am not.
Okay.
No. Pause. I'll do an impression.
Personal.
Pause. I'll do my impression of Steven Crowder. I am not a douchebag. How's that?
You're hilarious when you try to be funny. It's adorable.
Though Jesus was never married, Muhammad's seemingly favorite wife was Aisha, who, according to, was around 6. Though to be fair, he only consummated when she was 9.
Did you see his eyes? He looked way too excited about that.
I know.
Like, underage girls. Fuck yeah.
I think he tried to take. Wait a minute. Okay, as a generous step-parent myself...
I really don't like this presentation of the relationship between Muhammad and Aisha.
Yeah.
It implies consent.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say...
It's way too light-hearted.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something very, very quick?
What a screen cap.
What
a screen cap.
I think if you are the parent of the child that actually, allow this to happen, fucking hell, the government should take away your child.
Right, that's a bit much.
I know the fact. I think being in a Steven Crowder movie is almost as bad as paedophilia.
I can't believe that we're doing this, and I'm the reasonable one. This is ridiculous. What is happening?
Hey, look, it's Steven Crowder. What I have to be Steven Crowder. Basically when you show me videos of scumbags like him, I'm gonna go a little bit angry black man mode.
You know what the really funny thing about this is? This was meant to be a fucking sorbet to cleanse the palate. This isn't even the crazy bit.
Oh god.
This isn't even the crazy guy. This was like, yeah, he's kind of a douchebag, but he's all right. But this is.
I mean,
I chose this based on the title. I have not seen it. And now that I have seen it, I'm glad that I've seen it. Now, are you ready? Because
oh god.
Because I need to be able to play at least 10 seconds of this video without you going into a tirade.
Go on, play the shit.
I have puppies in back. And in the spirit of full disclosure, Muhammad had many wives. Not Muhammad! Shut up! You're not the boss of me! As a matter of fact, he had so many wives. Here's a chart. So while Jesus was actually raising young adolescents...
Wait a minute. Let's look at that chart quickly. There's a lot of overlap there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, a lot of overlap. Like, unless I'm misreading this, it looks like he was married to most of them at the same time. And it looks to me like that's a pretty blatant, like, getting over your first love type situation. Because he was with Kajia, like, for quite a long time.
Mm.
That ended, and then he married, like, 12 girls at once.
Well, yeah, that's...
Which, you know, fair play to him, quite frankly.
So while Jesus was actually raising young adolescent girls from the dead, it seems that Muhammad was a little more concerned with... Moving on, Jesus was actually pretty big on the whole treating women with respect and protecting them deal.
No, he wasn't.
Hey, whoa! You're crossing some serious lines. You got a lot of growing up to do. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you that right now. But she's a floozy. Oh, like you're so perfect, Carl.
I like how, to play Muhammad, he's like, I like how his Muhammad costume, he browns up, but his Jesus costume, he doesn't.
I wonder.
I just think that's quite interesting. I also think it's quite interesting that the person he's chosen to represent all womankind is a blonde, blue-eyed white woman. Now I'm going to continue.
I can make one phone call. Where Muhammad was not only involved in of killing certain women, committed domestic violence against his women, constituted a majority of hell, but there was actually a Dane who was stoned to death as per his individual orders.
As opposed to Jesus, who just told people, if you don't love me unconditionally, you're going to be tortured forever and ever and ever.
Comparisons. That is an unfair representation.
Too soon.
Oh, that is an unfair representation of Islam.
Yeah, they're much.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there was no baseballing in Muhammad's time.
or organs. Technically, a piano is a stringed instrument as well, so that would be kafir. No, haram, sorry, not kafir. Wrong word. Both equally words, though.
Regardless of his servitude, Jesus never demanded anything in return from these women.
All right, come on, money.
No. I got it.
He never demanded anything in return from these women except for their unconditional love forever and ever and ever.
I don't know.
It's a no one. Whereas Muhammad had quite a few slaves and concubines.
Please, not Muhammad. Tell me how I can please you.
You can make me a sandwich. Like yesterday? Many of these, shall we call them, female properties he'd gained in battle.
I'm sensing some bias here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. He's pulling it right down the middle.
Yeah, he's way more pro-Muhammad.
Oh, yeah.
Peace be upon him. Sorry, we haven't said peace be upon him yet. I'm quite disappointed that we haven't, done that. It's quite offensive. Not, you know what I mean?
No.
But I kind of feel like we have to shut this podcast down now.
Battle after having slaughtered their fathers. Are you still here? Which leads us to a key difference. Jesus, a servant, never fought a battle, never owned a slave, and never killed a guy. Not only did Muhammad do so, but he actually felt that it was his divine calling to kill non-Muslims and had murdered people who insulted him. You're a bully! And you're dead! Which finally...
Pause.
Stephen Crowder trying to be like a Dirty Harry style badass. Because it didn't work.
No. You know what? Do you know what I think I should do? I should threaten him via getting that Union thug to knock on his door.
Oh yeah. You,
You-
I think. Do you want to know what I think?
what?
I think that this is really boring, and I think that he's a piece of shit, and I want to skip to the next video.
Yeah, so let's get to the next video. So what
Okay.
do we have next?
So I wanted to talk tonight a little bit about fossils that are found in the ground. And I guess I'll start a little bit about what the fossils actually are, and then go into
Wait. So what's this? Dinosaur fossils hoax?
You want to
So
know
what-
what? I'll tell you what I'll do. Okay,
Mhm.
I will tell you the name
Yeah.
of the YouTube channel, and then I will let you and the audience fill in the blanks themselves. Yeah. How does that sound?
Fair enough.
Okay, the name of the channel is Christians Against Dinosaurs. Right?
God damn it, Christians! What have dinosaurs ever done to you, except become extinct?
That is all.
about the composition and what they end up being when everything is said and done. So a fossil is not actually a piece of bone. A fossil is actually
Wait.
was once in the ground that has been then filled with limestone, calcium, and other kind of stone-like deposits over the course of many, many years. And at the end of the day, it ends up looking like a bone, but it's not really a bone. It's really a rock inside of rock. So you have a rock this big, and you say, okay.
If that, all right. No, let me just say one thing.
Go on.
If that were true, then why can we find the remnants of DNA inside fossils?
No. So it's because
That's our entire argument. Her entire argument is predicated on the fact that isn't true when it is true. Anyway, let's see where she goes.
No. To be honest, I like you've paused it at the right time. It's like a fossil. It's like, yeah, it's this big. I think you should screenshot that one.
Yeah.
You should screenshot that.
I met Jesus, and his dick was this big.
Inside this rock this big, there's a bunch of fossils. Here you go. And you hand the rock off to a paleontologist, and the paleontologist takes a little mallet and they chip away.
I met Muhammad, and his dick was this big.
Oh man!
Come out with something looking like a bone, and that's a fossil. So,
Global warming doesn't exist. It was cold outside the other day.
here's the question that I pose. Now, the first fossil that was ever found was actually after they came up with the idea of a dinosaur. Right? That seems a little bit far-fetched, right? Why would the bone that...
Prove that. Prove that. That's all I've got to say to that. Is prove that. Prove that to be true.
Well,
technically, we've been discovering fossils for the last few thousand years. We just didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
So I mean, people were finding fossils of like ancient animals, mostly ancient mammals, like in ancient civilizations and stuff. That's where a lot of the myths about dragons and things like that come from. So you're wrong, you stupid woman.
Well, keep
found,
going.
the fossil that was found actually be the exact same thing as what was originally hypothesized without any other evidence. It doesn't make any sense. So now I give to you. Here, you're my paleontologist.
What?
Turn that into what it was before.
What?
What? Whoa, what did you do?
That again.
You're my paleontologist.
You're my paleontologist.
Geez, she's a bit forward, isn't she?
Ooh, I'm really into carbon dating.
Oh, that was horrible. Oh man,
That was brilliant. Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
That was a work of comedic genius, and you know it, Jamal. Don't hate, appreciate.
turn that into what it was before I ripped it apart. Here. You can have some spackle too. As much spackle as you want. Here, turn this into what it's supposed to be.
Damn, she's a bit forward.
Okay, I will do that if this woman promises to read The Origin of Species. That's the deal. I will do that if she reads Origin of Species cover to cover. I think that's a fair deal, don't you?
I think it's fair.
Yeah, it's totally fair. Anyway, I want to see where she's going with this because I'm a bit confused at the moment. Is she trying to say that you could turn that into any shape and therefore fossils aren't real?
Oh,
Like, oh, hey, look at this Lego. Look at this Lego. You know how I've got this Lego and I can make a house for it? Architecture isn't a real job.
therefore God exists.
Therefore, God.
Who knows what you're going to come up with, right? Now, here, take this same substance, this same spackle, and, by the way, it's supposed to be this little guy.
Is that a sketch? Is that like an anatomical sketch?
My God, my 9-year-old can do better than this. That is terrible. I can't even see it, but does it?
Is that meant to be like a brachiosaurus? Because brachiosauruses have like a head crest. Not a diplodocus, because diplodocuses can't bend their necks that way.
It can't be a brontosaurus.
No, because they never existed.
I know.
No, they did not actually.
Brontosaurus.
The brontosaurus was misapprehended for another animal. They thought it was what they called a brontosaurus, but it turns out it was fossils from multiple creatures. I think that's true. If I'm wrong, then oh well, I'm wrong about something sometimes. Nobody's perfect, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
Brachiosaurus, who's 40 meters tall.
That's not what Brachiosaurus looks like.
This is what he looks like.
No, it isn't.
It looks. That drawing looks like a deformed Komodo dragon.
Yeah, it really does.
Who had a growth spurt?
I want to find a professional paleontologist and show them this video.
I think we should get one.
And as much spackle. Chances are, what are you going to come up with? If you want to keep your job, you come up with a brachiosaurus skull.
She's threatening paleontology.
You know what the really funny thing about this is? Like, the really, really funny thing about this is, right? You know, she's saying, oh, you could just take this white limestone deposits and make it into a dinosaur skull, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at most fossils, the bones are like really dark grey or black. They're not white.
Yeah.
Because bone is white, fossilized bone is not white.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that black people are better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're awful. But yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I know just what you mean. Anyway, I mean it's like
what I mean is that the fossilized dinosaur bones generally aren't pure white like that.
Yeah. And besides,
that's the biggest flaw in her argument. Other than that, it's completely watertight.
It's yeah, because her argument is absolutely sound. Apart from that one point.
She just said with millions of dollars are on the line.
What?
Guess is you're going to go with the brachiosaurus. That's where the money is.
No, the money's in the T-Rex. No one wants to go see a brachiosaurus.
Exactly.
Let's be real. If you're going to make
let's be real.
At least make one of the cool ones with fangs and shit.
Yeah, with
what the dinosaur equivalent of a cow?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, you're better off having a velociraptor. At least their arms work.
T-Rex's arms work. T-Rex's arms are perfectly designed not designed, you know what I mean? Perfect. They've evolved perfectly to suit the purpose which they have, which is balance aids. T-Rex doesn't need long arms when it's got jaw the size of a car.
Yeah. But
If I had a mouth the size of a car, I wouldn't need long arms.
True. But what about alone time? I'm sure you have a lot of frustrated T-Rexes.
Not really. I mean, no, you just sort of rub it up against the tree or something. You know, you just got to be creative. What do you think amputees don't know how to masturbate? Come on, dude. Come on. Nature, in the words of Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park, nature will find a way.
Oh, we're gonna get banned.
This was insightful for what happens on a daily basis in the world of paleontology.
Paleontology exposed.
Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you next time.
Oh, no. Thank you very much.
I'm sure I am.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, God.
This is one that you chose.
This is a fun one.
This is pretty old as well.
Hmm.
Actually, this is like 3 years old. For those who don't know, this is Rebecca Watson, aka the Skeptic, and she's like an atheist, feminist type person, like vlogger. And this video is 3 years old, or is it 4 years old? It's one of those two.
And it's about
it caused a really big stir in the atheist community for really stupid reasons. See, we're not just targeting Christians and religious people. We're targeting stupid atheists as well.
Yes, and there are quite a lot of stupid atheists.
So, us, for example.
What?
We're pretty stupid. I mean, we think that we can get away with just ripping off the drunken peasants. All right.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
it's been a while. I've been busy.
Hi, Rebecca.
As you might be able to tell from the background, bit of a mess. Hoping that getting into doing YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, you're a dirty girl, Rebecca.
/ embarrass me into
your skepticism.
Settling into the new apartment. So there's that. I went on a trip to California.
Dude.
Side note.
Yeah.
I can only see a little bit of it, but that T-shirt looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to admit that.
Got to give praise where praise is due. That's what I believe.
She looks like she's going to be moving house soon.
No, she has just moved house. She's moved house. She just hasn't unpacked her shit yet.
Well, so to be honest,
come on, criticizing her for having a messy apartment is kind of low.
Who said I'm criticizing her? I'm just pointing it out.
To LA, to UCLA, and the OC Free Thought Alliance, did talks for them. Then up to San Francisco, met up with my friend Yao Man Chan, and went to the Golden Gate Bridge. All that fun touristy stuff because it was my first time in San Francisco. Also went to the Mythbusters set, which I can't tell you about because of spoilers, but let it be known that they built something enormous and then smashed stuff, which was awesome.
The destruction is fine as long as the Mythbusters do it. Otherwise, an example of toxic masculinity.
Don't spoil anything.
A little bit of advertising now. I am currently eating a Costa coffee, Belgian chocolate brownie. I'm not getting any money from Costa for saying this. I'm just saying this because I genuinely believe in the product. This is one of the nicest brownies I've ever had. And I recommend that everyone, after watching this, go out and buy a Costa's Belgian chocolate brownie because they're delicious.
Brownies for life, for life.
Back to the show.
And then I spoke for Jeannie Scott's group, Bay Area Skeptics, and also for the Oakland Atheist Rapture Ram, which was a really fun meeting, and we got raptured, which was unexpected. I came back. Heaven turns out kind of boring. Great weather. Shit. So here I am. After I went out to Dublin and
why didn't you laugh, Jamal? She made a funny joke. God, you're such a misogynist.
Sure.
His conference there. That's where my previous video came from. A clip of P.Z. Myers discussing science with some polite, if not completely misguided, Muslim men. That was interesting. I went to a museum
Did you?
called the Science Gallery.
Oh,
where
those things are
they did
terrifying.
this art and science mashup, which was awesome. Full
There are some
hallway of-
things man is not meant to know.
I swear they look like they're watching you. They're watching you change, man.
Why did you make me pause on them?
You
The
pause.
eyes, the eyes just kind of follow you around the room. It's
Oh
creepy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's really creepy. Oh, you just think like
It's harassing
they
me.
could shoot you from
Move out. Move on, man. They're triggering me. Continue. Continue.
robot
Fine, but only because I want to.
eyes that it was an exploration of the uncanny valley, the point where robots start to. So it was great, and then the conference itself was wonderful. A lot of you, I think, came from a video posted by Aaron Ra, who I was very excited to meet, along with DPR Jams, two people I subscribe to on YouTube and really enjoy, and they were just as much fun in person, though neither can hold their alcohol very well. But besides that, they were quite nice.
Wow.
I was on a panel with Aaron Ra and Richard Dawkins.
Get the claws out, Rebecca.
Posted
Now.
panel, and I think through that I got a ton of new subscribers. So hello. The panel itself is on communicating atheism. They sort of left it over us to talk about what we wanted within that. Blogging and podcast. That panel. There was another panel on women atheist activists, and a lot of what happened on that panel, particularly with something that Paula Kirby had said. Paula Kirby doesn't have a problem with sexism in the atheist community, and because of that, she assumes that there is no sexism. So I thought that I would communicate atheism as me.
Oh!
What?
Have the same experience.
I just threw my t-shirt into my wash basket and got a 3-point shot.
Look at you.
Well, this is boring. So
Oh.
get to the point, Rebecca.
Please.
But I think it's worthwhile to publicize the fact that some women will go through this, and
You know what this is like? This is
What?
like when you go to an orgy and before like everything starts up, someone has to get their vacation slides out.
What?
You know what I mean?
Say what? Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. It's like, come on, guys, let's all just get lubed up. Why do we have to put through your fucking visit to Nairobi? Yes, the naked children were very charming, but I have an erection and it needs to be serviced.
that way we can warn women ahead of time as to what they might expect, give them the tools they need to fight back, and also give them the support structure they need.
I find it weird that feminists. Well, no, let's not be fair. I mean, technically, we're both feminists,
Oh,
but like,
yeah.
radical feminists.
I mean,
Now,
we
they
are
talk-
both kind of feminists. Feminist leaning.
No, I'm a feminist in the sense that I believe that women and men.
Should, yeah, I think
That's all feminism really is. But the way that it's been bastardized.
oh god, it's been bastardized and fucking
We want to pretend how the defense stuff. Very practical ways to help themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. It just all they do is create a climate of fear.
yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Thing is, me, like again, I in the terms of like women should be treated equal. Yeah, you should be treated with respect. And no, who could be against that? Who the fuck could be against that shit?
There's a lot of people that are against that.
Well, to be honest, those people can go fuck themselves with a fucking Shoryuken fucking fireball up their arse.
you can.
But it's like the basic premise of women can do whatever they want, not just because of women. It's because they're individuals, they're human beings. I mean,
You're all unique. Yes, we're all unique. You're all individuals. Yes, you're all individuals.
But when it's like, well, but then again, when it's just like, when it comes to this kind of like Emma Watson kind of like, somebody tried to ask me something, asked me to go to their oh, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you'll understand if you continue the video.
I will continue the video, but only because I want to. Don't minimize, Jamal.
To keep going of blatant misogyny. So I interested in the response, rambling on that panel, which, like this video, was unscripted and
Could never tell.
This I saw
Doesn't look like your video.
There's at the conference wonderful. There are a ton of great feminists and also just open-minded people who had maybe never really considered the way that women are treated in this community, but were interested in learning more. So thank you to everyone who was at that conference who engaged in those discussions outside of that panel. You were all fantastic. I love talking to you guys.
Fantastico!
All of you except for the one man who didn't really grasp, I think, what I was saying on the panel, because at the bar later that night, actually at 4 in the morning.
This is where it starts.
Do you know what my position on all of this is?
What?
I'm an equal opportunity.
That's my position.
No.
Balls of steel. Balls. I've got balls of steel.
4 a.m. I said, I've had enough, guys. I'm exhausted. Go into bed. So I walked to the elevator, and a man got on the elevator with me. And don't take this the wrong way, but I find you very interesting, and I would like to talk more. Would you like to come to my hotel room for coffee?
Okay, pause that.
You're control.
Okay. This is what the guy actually said to her in the elevator. Do not take this the wrong way, but I find you very interesting. Would you like to come to my hotel for coffee? From that point, go on.
Wait, can we continue? Can we continue just so people have more context for what's going on?
All right, yeah. All right.
Just a word to the guys, don't do that. I don't really know how else to explain how this makes me incredibly uncomfortable, but I'll just try to lay it out. I was a single woman, in a foreign country at 4 a.m. in a
hotel. I'm not disturbing you, but I saw you from across the party, and I don't usually do this, but felt compelled to tell you.
I don't know.
You have an absolutely breathtaking hiney. I mean, that thing is good.
Only on this podcast do you think it's appropriate to actually play Bill Withers during an Emma Watson video? No, but on a serious note, it's like, what?
You burn.
Don't do what? I mean, it's not like he's saying like, or would you like to?
You know what I think of that statement, Jamal?
What?
I'm not lonely. By everyone in San Diego.
That's what I think of that. I'm not lonely.
I mean, come on, it's bull crap. Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they read my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is anger.
Oh, come on. That's just not nice. But seriously, before we
I'm
continue,
not a very nice man, Jamal.
but before we continue, it's like if someone asks you for something, It's not a big deal. Just say no.
The thing is, if it had been a man that she found sexually attractive, then she wouldn't have an issue with it. That's the thing. And you can't know whether someone finds you sexually attractive or not until you give it a go. Now, I will admit, I find you really interesting. Would you like to come to my hotel room for coffee? Is number one, a shit pickup line. Number two, it's a bit forward. Like, as an opening line, do you want to go coffee?
Yeah.
Not very subtle. So from the perspective of his game, he gets a 1 out of 10. But from the perspective of her saying, "Oh, men shouldn't do that," no, fuck off.
No, and I can
no. If fucking, I don't know who she finds attractive. If Chris Hemsworth, right, in his fucking 4 outfit in an elevator, do you really think that she would be making a YouTube? Well, she probably would actually, because it'd get loads of views. If someone as hot as Chris Hemsworth had said it to her, then she wouldn't have a reaction to it. So she's a hypocrite, as far as I'm concerned.
What if Terry Crews actually, said the same thing to her?
Terry Crews?
Yeah.
I think I would fuck Terry Crews. Terry Crews is awesome.
Well, they say
Terry Crews shows how you do feminism right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It takes a man to show them how to do feminism right.
Ow! No, I'll tell you what. It's like they say, once you go black, you need a wheelchair.
But
yeah.
And don't invite me back to your hotel room.
I don't know. I saw that little scratch of the neck there. Me thinks the lady doesn't test too much.
Yeah. Can I just say, it's a weird one. I remember that video about the girl walking down New York.
Yeah. I know the one you mean.
Yeah. That was just like, what? I just want.
Oh wow! She walked down the street in New York for like 10 hours, and in that 10 hours, we got 3 minutes worth of footage of catcalls. Aren't men horrible?
Yeah, and the worst thing is like you say, oh, and it's like it's it's a lot of the black guys doing it, and it's black and Latino guys doing it. It's like, so what you're saying? Black men and Latino men are harassing jerky fucking rapey bastards.
Although I would argue that has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of black men and Latino men are still, their culture is still very much machismo based in a way that white Europeans aren't. So they feel a lot more comfortable doing that. I don't think there's anything wrong with sexually propositioning someone that you find attractive. I'm sorry, I don't. If a woman did it to me, well, great.
Yeah.
Someday I'm sure that will happen. But...
Here's a weird thing. Here's a weird thing. I got. The thing is, I actually got a proposition. Well, probably not that far, but I got a proposition straight after finishing my gig. A woman came down from. I was doing a gig in Buxton. And just for a reggae gig, and someone basically just said, "Oh, are you single?" And it's like, "What? Can I have your number?" Okay.
That's adorable.
That's adorable. I thought it was just like, "Oh, I'll give you my number." I was like, "Okay." And there was another bit where there was another woman who basically jumped on me in one sense of the word. It's like, okay, easy there, but fair enough.
If a woman is that sexually aggressive towards a man, then it's empowered. If a man is, then it's rape.
That's the law.
If a man so much as looks as a woman the wrong way, it's rape.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this thing now where they're like, you can retroactively take away your consent?
What?
So like, if you have sex with someone, you can go, well, I didn't really like that. I mean, you were breathing a bit heavily in my ear and stuff, and you came a bit too quickly. So I'm going to tell everyone that you raped me.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. No one should have that fucking power. Not men, not women, not anyone.
No.
And it basically shits on real rape victims for one thing.
It shits on real rape victims, and it shits on the legal system as well, because if there are so many rapes, then what does that fucking look like as a statistic? It just gives people another stick to beat us with.
Exactly. And trust me, those black people have suffered enough of a beating as it is.
Yeah, but you know that they primarily target white guys, like the whole radical feminist agenda.
Oh yeah.
Black men have not really like taken the brunt of it, which is,
a change. Yeah, I mean it's shitty anyway. It's a shitty thing to do.
Bullshit.
And it's look. I think.
I'd argue that and the thing is, a lot of it bullshit as well, because a lot of it isn't like, oh, there's a societal bias toward. I have a video coming up later on where I can make that argument and it would make more sense in context.
Okay.
But the whole societal patriarchy thing is bullshit, and I will explain why later on. Anyway, let's continue.
I finished talking about how it creeps me out and makes me uncomfortable when men sexualize me in that manner. So,
dude, no offense.
But everybody.
No offense. You don't look very sexualized to me. I wouldn't sexualize you even if I couldn't sexualize someone like you if I could even tried. I mean, seriously, it's like, yeah.
I would, but I like a challenge.
Well, to be honest, I like a challenge, but even
And thank you for getting.
Yeah, but you're fully aware of my predilections, Jamal. You know that I'll do anything to anything. I
Which
don't
is
care,
why-
animal, vegetable, or mineral.
which is why I'm very safe behind this behind my laptop.
Yeah, that is why me and Jamal are hundreds apart, because I just can't contain myself when he's in the same room as me.
Of course.
Online, and the response was fascinating. I wanted to thank all of the misogynists who commented on that video, because some people will watch that video and they'll think that maybe I'm exaggerating. You know how girls are.
You are exaggerating. I'm sorry, you are exaggerating. I'm sorry. Pause the video, please.
It is.
Sorry, you are exaggerating. When you are,
But we know that. But if you accuse her of exaggeration, it's like, oh, you just think all women exaggerate.
well, no.
That's what you should say. You should just say, oh, you think all women exaggerate, because that's what they do. If you accuse them of any personal character flaw they may have, they will strawman you and say, you think all women are like this, and it's like, no, I just think that you're a dickhead.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And all the actions that you
You
choose to commit.
you are a shitty person. Not women. Not feminism. Not feminist. You.
I don't know whether she's a shitty person or not, but
Well, she seems.
the arguments that she makes make her seem like a shitty.
Yeah, that's a fair.
The diplomatic, like when you look at Stephen Crowder's videos, it's pretty obvious that he's a reprehensible piece of shit.
Yeah,
But with Rebecca Watson, there's a grey area there.
it is. I mean, she's a bit of a for someone who's supposed to be, a skeptic.
She strikes me as very uptight and very kind of. I probably wouldn't get on with her as a person, but that doesn't mean that she's a horrible person. It just means.
Yeah. Do you know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of a friend of mine. She'll probably rip into me if she ever hears this podcast. But she reminds me of an acquaintance of mine, and she's a poet called Anna Percy, who's a feminist, and more power to her. And she's kind of has Emma Watson kind of brings out a bit of that Anna Percy vibe to me, where it's like, yeah, she exaggerates it a little bit, but it's like you can get on with her, you can have an intellectual discussion, but if you kind of like disagree with anything related to feminism, it's like you're a piece of shit. I was like, no, I'm not even against feminism. It's just like I don't agree with certain bits.
Yeah, get her on the show. I'm going to enjoy that. She's a friend. I don't mind being called a misogynist by someone who's dogmatically believes in feminism. So as far as I'm concerned, bring it on, bring her on the show. I don't care. Oh, by the way, we're doing a Christian versus atheist debate. I believe next week.
Next week.
All the details. Yeah, I think it's next week. So stay tuned in for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. It's 1-2, me and Jamal versus two other people who are actually pretty intelligent guys.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting debate. should be pretty close.
Hmm?
I'm not just saying that because I want to be diplomatic.
We can move on with actually helping to stop the problem. So thank you for not hiding your massage.
What problem?
On display. Thank you to are the opposite of that, and who emailed me to thank me and also to offer your support. I really appreciate everyone who did that. So thank you. There's one thing about my talk that I wanted to clear up. I saw a bit of confusion online. I'll just read a message I got yesterday, I think, from someone. In the video, I heard you say straw person rather than straw man. While I don't find this offensive or silly, I wonder why you bother. Most people know the.
Okay, I'm done. Next video.
All right. Go. What's the next video?
I'm just going to let this play to the end because it's a minute and a bit long, and we can comment afterwards, okay?
Okay. So no interruptions.
You've not yet met Dave, but he seems like a normal enough person. There is something you need to know about Dave, though. I heard from Becky that Dave is an atheist. Now, you may be tempted to think, okay, Dave doesn't believe in a god, so what? No big deal. But make no mistake, it is a big deal. It is a gargantuan deal, because when Dave says that he doesn't believe in a god, that's only because deep down, he hates God. Dave hates God so much that he denies God's very existence. It's likely that when Dave was 9 years old, his pet gerbil died, and it was at this point that he blamed God for all of the pointless suffering.
That looks more like a cat than a gerbil.
Carry on.
Sorry, I couldn't hold that in.
Boiling hatred. He spent his adolescence to practice witchcraft with his similarly maladjusted friends, but he eventually figured out that an even better way to torch his religion was to deny God's existence altogether. Because Dave knows that if there's no God, there's no moral authority. And if there's no moral authority, there's no right or wrong. And if there's no right or wrong, then he can do anything he wants. Lie, cheat, steal, shout profanities at children. No God means no rule. He'll deny it, but he's probably into some pretty sick stuff.
I like that as the worst stuff that this guy could come up with. You know how he says that, oh, he's into some pretty sick stuff. That's what he just said, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably into. Wait till you hear what this guy considers sick stuff.
Keep going.
I bet he has like a fake mustache fetish or something. There's a hole in Dave's heart. A hole that can only be filled by God, and Dave struggles to fill it, not with God, but with sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And I don't mean wholesome, uplifting rock and roll either. No, I'm talking like... But nothing can take the place of a healthy relationship with God, and this is why, when Dave isn't busy being a pompous, intolerant jerk, he is a sad, angry, amoral, spiritually vacant train wreck of a human being.
I like how...
No. Stop.
He's intolerant because he doesn't believe the same thing that you believe. Like, they haven't said, oh, he's fucking TJ, he's like the amazing atheist, and he's trying to wipe out religion or something. No, he's just an atheist, and therefore he's the scum of the earth.
Yeah, I don't believe in what... He doesn't believe in what I believe, therefore he's evil.
Evil!
Evil!
I am so evil! Fear my evil plan! That was more camp than evil, really, wasn't it?
Trust me. Most atheists, yeah. The thing is, most atheists don't even give a shit. I mean, I don't like the whole...
Yeah, you're right. Most atheists don't give a shit. Most atheists are like, well, whatever, I don't believe in it. But if you do... I mean, me and you are like on the more aggressive side of atheism.
To be honest, even I don't give a shit anymore.
All right, I'm on the more aggressive side of atheism.
I'm only on the aggressive side because, you know, when the religion basically actually does damage to people, that's when I'm on the aggressive side.
Can I actually address some of the things in the content of that video quickly?
Yeah.
I know we don't really need to refute it because it refutes itself, but my favourite moments in that video are the fact that gerbil was clearly a cat. The fact that the worst thing that he'd come up with for a sick fetish is wearing a fake mustache. And the idea that certain rock and roll is offensive and certain kinds aren't, which shows a fundamental misunderstanding of what rock and roll is.
Yeah.
It's all like technically an aberration in the eyes of your god. Because
Well, technically so's hip hop, according to Bill O'Reilly.
well, technically it is, because like rock and roll and like the blues music, it relies around the flattened fifth musical interval.
Yeah,
which was actually banned as a musical composition device because they felt it was too carnal and the music should be in service of God. So a little classical music fact for people there.
There you go. The more you know. Dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun.
Love watching the Singing Soapbox podcast as well.
Yeah.
Just funnies. And
More
stupid
funnies.
people. Speaking of, this is another one that you recommended, I believe.
Oh yes, this is
You want
a
to give an instruction so I can text this girl. Go for it.
Bill O'Reilly discovers black culture through the tape.
That was quick.
Get a load of this guy. In his
Get a load of this guy!
crazy mind, that's never been apparently exposed to any African Americans, he thinks he's trying to educate white people that no.
I do agree with a lot of what this guy says, but he really is a poor man's Jon Stewart.
Yeah, I got to agree with
He's
that.
very funny. But he is right, so, you know.
It turns out black people are okay.
Really?
He's having a conversation about how
I mean, I only let Jamal on this podcast out of fear, but, you know.
Oh, God. No, I basically just threatened to break his legs and fuck his girlfriend if he didn't put me on this podcast.
Yeah. My girlfriend's your mum. Anyway,
Oh, tell your mum I said hi.
I will. I'll be like, Jamal said hi, and she'll be like, who? Oh, yeah, that black guy. Yeah, I remember him. Anyway.
Fuck you.
What's this guy's name, by the way?
Chen Huger.
Chen Huger.
Yeah.
Okay.
called Sylvia's in Harlem with Al Sharpton. And the things he says blows me away. I mean, get a load of how much fun this is. Let's start with clip number 1. Yeah, here's Bill O'Reilly on his radio.
You know, for all the money that the Young Turks make off of monetization and stuff, you'd think they'd be able to afford better quality videos.
Well, to be fair, this was in 2007.
Black people in this country?
HD existed in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this video was 220p though, Jamal.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for that shit if you're making professional videos.
Yeah, that's true.
Understand that they've had a very, very tough go of it. And some of them can get past that, and some of them cannot. I don't think there's a
Get over it!
who hasn't had a personal insult that they've had to deal with because of the color of their skin. I don't think there's one in the country. So you got to accept that as being the truth. People deal with that stuff in a variety of ways. Some get bitter. Some say, you can do that, you call me that, I'm going to be more successful. Okay? Depends on the personality. So good. It's there. It's there.
I hate to admit it, but there is a kernel of truth in that, but that applies to every human being on the planet, not just
I mean, yeah. God, oh God, I feel really bad. I've actually agreed to something.
No, to be fair, Bill O'Reilly is not a moron. Like, that's the one thing about him that makes him really dangerous, is that he's actually a really intelligent dude. He's just
a scumbag.
He's a scumbag because he's forwarding an agenda that he knows is bullshit.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, he's full. Basically, Killer Mike said it best. He's more full of shit than an outhouse.
He is, though. That's the thing. Bill O'Reilly is full of shit. He just furthers the agendas of his company. He doesn't actually have any views of his own. But you can't. Bill O'Reilly, it's like people say, oh, he's stupid and stuff. But he's not. That's misapprehending why he's such a threat to human existence. Because there are people out there who genuinely believe that this guy is like telling them the truth.
Yeah.
There are people out there who genuinely believe what this guy tells them, and that terrifies me.
Yeah, and it terrifies me, especially as a black guy.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid of anything, as you know.
Oh yeah.
I think it's getting better. I think black Americans are starting to think more and more for themselves. Oh, and they're getting away from
the irony of saying that on Fox News.
No. Congratulations, you tard master.
Think for yourself.
Think for your.
Socialist, fair and balanced.
Yeah. Yes. Think for yourselves. This has been brought to you by Fox News. Leave your brain out the door, children.
I love that. Oh, well, you know, we try to be fair and balanced on gun control. Now, let's hear something from our sponsors, Beretta.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's try to figure it out. Look, I can make it. If I work hard and get educated, I can make it. You know, I was up in Harlem.
But the thing is, that's not true, because education, like, it's only really accessible to people that can afford it.
Yeah.
And a lot of black people in America are from low-income households at best. And I know that you can argue that, you know, scholarships and stuff, but outside of affirmative action, which often doesn't work, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that it needs to be thought out a bit better.
Yeah.
For the benefit of the minorities, by the way, not, you know. But the thing is, that doesn't work, because even on scholarship programs, that's just for athletics, mostly.
Yeah.
And
even music, if you're lucky.
And even then, but most of these people that live in these low income things, they can't even afford instruments.
Yeah.
Let alone like have the time to like become good enough to earn a scholarship to like Juilliard or something. This is the thing: the society is working against them in so many ways. It's bullshit. Mm-hmm. But like, even if you get a scholarship, that's only for athletics, and most young black athletes are basically treated as slave labor. Like if you look at college athletics and you look at like student athletes, the coaches make six-figure salaries. If you give a college basketball player a free sandwich, he could lose his scholarship because of it. Which
is bullshit. Whereas so stupid.
Like seven-figure salaries. So fuck you, Bill O'Reilly. You're wrong about that. Continue.
A few weeks ago, and I actually had dinner with Sharpton, who is a very, very interesting guy and comes on a factor a lot. And then I treated him to dinner.
I like guys. I treat him to dinner. It's not like Al Sharpton buy me dinner.
I treated him because I am a missionary.
I am the great and beneficent Bill.
Bruh.
And I felt that I wanted to take him up there, and we went to Sylvia's, a very famous restaurant in Harlem. I had a great time, and all people up there tremendously respectful. They all watched The Factor. You know, Sharp.
Not one of them tried to rob me.
It was like big bullshit and everything, but everybody was very nice. And I couldn't get over the fact that there was no difference between Sylvia's restaurant and any other restaurant in New York City. I mean, it was exactly
couldn't get over
the fact.
The same, even though it's run by blacks, primarily black patronship. It was the same, and that's really what the society is all about now.
When we go to America, do you want to go to Sylvia's?
Yeah, I think just for that.
Really do, because I love all of it. I want to go to Harlem anyway, but yeah, let's go to Sylvia's, man.
To be honest, if he thinks that Sylvia's is shocking, wait till he goes to Turtle Bay. My God.
Wait till he goes to Banjul.
wait till he hangs out at the Junction Hotel.
Get bad. We're a couple of fucking British guys, and we know more about American black culture than he does.
Well, I'm black, so yeah.
Kinda.
What?
You're kind of an Oreo. Let's be honest.
Okay, I have a bit of Asian in me, but you know.
Bit of Asian. Blasian. No one can see my face. I might be black. I mean, I'm not. I'm pretty white. I'm about as white as you can get.
Semen white.
I'm like, it's whiter than that. I'm like,
oh, God.
I'm like Chris Evans in the first Captain America movie. That's how white I am.
What about Ginger Chris Evans white?
No, I'm not. No, he's black as shit, man. Ginger people are like the black people of white people.
I thought they were Irish. I thought that was Irish people.
Well, yeah. I mean, they all come from Ireland, so yeah.
All right.
All right. You ready?
Wait a minute. Does that mean
Irish people are the Mexicans of white people?
Oh, I thought I was going to refer to Ed Sheeran as black man from now on.
Well, he is the most influential black musician. of the UK.
Yeah, because fuck Trevor Nelson. That guy's never done anything. Yeah, that guy's never done anything for black music ever, except for a host a radio show on MTV Base.
See, I'm really tempted to get into this discussion so I can name loads of like obscure rappers and get loads of like street cred. But
let's book our video to get on with.
We do. We are 4 videos deep, and it's been an hour, dude.
Yeah.
There's no difference. There's no difference. You know, there may be a cultural entertainment. People may gravitate toward different cultural entertainment, but you get out of that. And nothing to do with the color of anybody's skin. I just love this. Okay. In his mind, he's trying to do the right thing. That's what I think. Okay? But he is just shocked. It turns out, if you go to a black restaurant, it's like other restaurants.
See, we've already pointed all of this out. When he's on the screen, his presence is utterly pointless.
I know. But this is the only video I can find about the whole thing.
I'm going to let
No!
You're not funny either.
It's country. It turned out that black people and white people are in Little Italy and Harlem. It's all the same. This comes as like a big surprise, and he wants to let his audience know. Out of the goodness of his heart, he's trying to let them know. He says, you know, I couldn't get over this fact.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got nothing to do with trying to like abet accusations of racism. I'm sure it's got nothing to do with that. I'm sure there's no other agenda to him making those statements.
Keep going.
It's such a big surprise to him that he couldn't get over it. Okay. And I love 2 other things in it. And then we'll bring JR into this discussion. I watched it, Sylvia. They all watch the fact. No, they don't, dude. They know who you are.
Yeah, they don't. No, they don't. Ain't no black people watching the O'Reilly Factor.
And then my other favorite part was right in the beginning where he's like, well, now some black Americans are beginning to think for themselves. Oh, really? Before no blacks in America thought for themselves? But now some of them agree with Bill O'Reilly. They're beginning to think for themselves.
Yeah.
Bill O'Reilly. No. Bill O'Reilly freed me from groupthink. Now I think what I want.
Imagine if O'Reilly met this dude. This dude would scare the shit out of O'Reilly. I mean, look at him. He's black, dreadlocks, I guess, and he's got a fucking peace sign shirt.
Oh man, O'Reilly would.
And he works out. So this guy would terrify the shit out of Bill O'Reilly.
Plus, he's intelligent.
That remains to be seen. He's not said a word yet, but he probably is. He's on the Young Turks.
I don't know how far it goes, but we'll throw it out there. They're racist. They don't realize that there's differences in people, and that no, just because you don't know how people live doesn't mean that they're aliens. And so he's showing that by saying he's acting like he said he's trying to educate people, and he's showing his ignorance constantly.
Yeah, no, what's amazing is, my God, this man knows no black people. I mean, he's never been to a black restaurant in his life. He's never hung out with black people in his life, and everything is like new to him. Like he just plopped on planet Earth and landed in America, and he's like, look at this, white and black people interacting. And the blacks were well dressed.
Pause that fucking video.
And the blacks
were well dressed. Oh god, he's never met Terry Crews ever. God damn it. Terry Crews is well dressed a lot of the times.
Why are you bringing examples up of black people that are well dressed? You're feeding into his argument, Jamal.
Oh god. I'm well dressed.
I'm well dressed. What's your point?
I'm well hung.
So what's your point?
The point is Bill O'Reilly's
So basically, you just I think that you chose this video as an elaborate excuse to talk about your dick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because talking about my dick is a very, very pinnacle point of the singing Soapbox.
I don't know. Some people might think so.
Oh,
I mean, we did. I will point out though, a second ago we had 2 viewers and now we have 1.
for the family. We're not going to have any profanity here. We're not going to do any rapping here. Excellent, but they were dressed in tuxedos. And, you know, this is what a white American doesn't know, particularly people who don't have a lot of interaction with black Americans. They think that the culture is dominated by Twista, Ludacris.
I would point out that Twister was quite a cool reference to drop in that context.
Yeah, but it's like Twister is.
He could have said 50 Cent or something. He could have said, like, if you're going to name drop rappers, Twista is a pretty solid name to drop.
Yeah, I mean,
I would point out that if he had said, like, Tech 9 or something, I would have squeezed it a little bit.
Well, the fact that you did. Well, the fact that yeah.
He had like no knowledge of black people, but was really knowledgeable about hip hop. Sort of like most white rappers in the UK.
Funny. So
True though. You noticed there's a whole bunch of like. Shut up for a sec. Have you noticed that there's a whole bunch of like white rappers in the UK that are like that? They're all bigging themselves up and they all dress in like the tracksuits and shit. But the second they meet a black person, they become really timid.
I've never.
You know that these people exist, Jamal, and you've met these people.
I've never met one of these people in my life.
Well, then you don't follow the same social circles that I do. Maybe it's because you're black, so you don't realise it. Because you don't see the way that they interact with people when you're not around.
Oh, God.
Stay in your lane, Jamal. You ain't about that life.
Bitch, please.
People are focusing. He said he goes to an Anita Baker concert, and he's surprised that rap doesn't bring him. But why would it? That's not the music she does. It's like going to an opera and being like, you know, Barry Manilow didn't come out and sing.
Can I just pause this video?
Going to an opera.
I just want to go on record to say Anita Baker's fucking awesome. I mean,
Who's Anita Baker?
Iconic R&B singer from 70s, 80s, even bits and bobs now.
Was she signed to Stax?
What?
She signed to Stax?
No.
Am I thinking of someone else? Am I thinking of a different?
I think you are, yeah. But anyway, moving on.
To be fair, in my defense, Jamal, there are a lot of them. In my defense, and most of them are awesome.
Yeah.
See, yeah, so that's my. I know that's a very weak defense for not knowing who Anita Baker is, but
to be honest, I don't expect you to know who Anita Baker is.
I don't know everything.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm not Stephen Fry.
Oh, Stephen Fry is awesome.
I'm pretty awesome.
You're kind of awesome.
I'm pretty good. I'm not quite at Stephen Fry's level, but I'm pretty.
I'm not quite Terry Crews's level, but you know.
I don't know. I'm pretty good. Terry Crews isn't quite as. I'm like in between TJ and Terry Crews.
Funny.
I'm a bit more awesome than TJ because I'm conventionally sexually attractive.
Yeah. I'm not.
You're straight as hell, and you could admit that.
Yeah, you know what?
But I am fucking beautiful.
I like to say that I'm as smart as TJ and as good looking as almost as good looking as Terry Crews.
Almost, you're not quite there.
No, but give it a few years.
No.
But
in the comments, get on with the video, faggots. Okay. Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
That wasn't an actual comment. I just wanted to move things forward.
That's where you call.
People aren't commenting on us. No one knows who the fuck we are.
In the back door qualifies. He didn't say it. I was surprised.
In the back door.
Anita Baker came out and she didn't rap. He said she came out and said, "There's going to be no rapping here. There's going to be. We're not going to walk around with our pants."
He's defending Bill O'Reilly, and the other guy is kind of misrepresenting him a little bit at this point. I'm just pointing that out that the black guy is defending the fact that isn't actually what he said. And this video is kind of run its course now, I think.
Yeah, I think we can.
I don't think there's any contention about what we think about what that video.
Yeah.
Content.
That
was a really roundabout sentence. I've got to stop drinking so much caffeine.
Yeah. Well,
Why would you come out and say that? What's the point of her?
Yay! Yay! It's my favourite person in the whole wide world.
come on, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, Eskimo, out into the blue.
Hello,
Do you know what that's a reference to?
No.
Okay.
Russell Brand. This is the
I'm really disappointed in that fact.
truth. Do
Anyway, should we get on with it?
Get on with it, bitch.
Get on with it!
subscribe here. Now, Stephen Fry's got to be one of the most beloved people in this country, if not the entire world. He's made us think about depression, homosexuality, clever.
Sorry, I'm stopping it here because Russell, why would Stephen Fry make you think differently about homosexuality? Do you know what I mean, though? That's such a weird thing to say.
It is, and it's almost a tacit admission that he was homophobic way before.
Yeah, it could even be considered a tacit admission that he's homophobic now, because why would you even include that?
Yeah.
Anyway, we are class with straws here, and there is some hardcore stupid in this video. So let's proceed.
In a different way. He's General Melchett from Blackadder, for God's sake. He's one of the most beloved figures.
I mean, yeah, he also played Oscar Wilde, but who cares about that? Mind you, I don't think Russell Brand knows that Stephen Fry played Oscar Wilde.
In our cultural pantheon, and he's clever as all hell. And here I am about to get into a debate, not an argument with him, because Stephen Fry really aggressively doesn't believe in God, and I really do believe in God. He went on a TV show to talk about atheism and God. Let's have a look at it now.
It's full stop true. And you walk.
So we're now watching a video of Russell Brand watching a video of Stephen Fry.
It's like videoception. I mean, and to be honest, it's like you aggressively don't believe in God. You
I don't aggressively.
do.
I don't aggressively.
No, not you. No, I mean, just like I aggressively do believe in God, but Stephen Fry doesn't aggressively believe in God. Well, that should be the end of the video. No, it's like, who cares? I don't care if you aggressively do believe in God, as long as you don't use your beliefs to harm other people. I don't give a shit. But if there's things if there are things I think you're wrong about, I'm gonna have a field day.
Have you seen this video before, Jamal?
I think I have seen.
You're going to enjoy this. That's all I'm going to say.
Are confronted by God. What will Stephen Fry say to him, her, or it? I will basically.
Couldn't possibly be a her.
Patriarchy.
Patriarchy. Gay Bird is part of the patriarchy.
That is the Odyssey. I think I'll say bone cancer in children. What's that about? How dare you? How dare you create a world in which there is such misery that is not our fault?
Yeah!
It's not right. It's utterly evil. Why should I respect a capricious, mean-minded, stupid God who creates a world which is so full of injustice and pain?
Oh,
Because
no,
the
he
God who
didn't!
created this universe, if it was created by God, is quite clearly a maniac. Utter maniac. Yes, the world is very splendid, but it also has in it insects whose whole life cycle is to burrow into the eyes of children and make them blind. They eat outwards from the eyes. Why? Why did you do that to us? It's perfectly apparent that he is monstrous, utterly monstrous, and deserves no respect whatsoever. The moment you banish him, your life becomes simpler, purer, cleaner, more worth living, in my opinion.
Drops the mic.
I could feel the burn from here. Oh God, no!
Paging the burn clinic. I loved Gay Byrne's reactions during that.
No, man, it's just like,
He was like, oh, Faith and Bagara.
I think one of his chins kind of just buried into himself.
Right. Let's see what Russell has to say about this. Let's hear his genius reputation of Stephen Fry.
Words of wisdom.
my opinion, is literalism, a literal interpretation of doctrine. In this case, because it's an Irish Catholic interviewer, Gabe Byrne, he's talking about a literal translation.
No, he isn't. Stephen Fry only used the concept of an interventionalist God. He didn't say specifically, this is the biblical God. He just said God in the context of being an interventionalist deity, not in the context of being the literal biblical God. That isn't what the argument Stephen Fry was representing. So right at the bat, whatever you say is going to be tainted by the fact that you've misinterpreted it, either intentionally or out of your own stupidity. Probably the first one, because you're not an idiot, Russell. You're just a bit of a cunt.
Of the Gospels, and other than like mentioning some phenomena in nature, like burrowing insects and that, talking entirely about human behaviour and human value systems. Now, Joseph Campbell, the cultural mythologist, said all religions are true in that the metaphor is true. So what Campbell's saying there is that religion is an attempt to explain the unknowable, in the same way that science is an attempt to explain the unknowable.
No! 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 No!
No, there's a bit. Yeah, but there's a. If that's no, the thing is,
No, mate, Jamal, you're clearly tripping over yourself because of how stupid it is.
different is
religion.
Religion is that science actually produces better fucking results than religion.
Oh no, it's even simpler than that. Jamal, it's even simpler than that. Religion makes the knowable knowable. According to science, nothing is unknowable.
Yeah. Yes.
Science can explain the mechanics of the universe and can explain the mechanics of biology and anatomy, but can it ever explain the why? The answer is no.
No, because as far as we're aware, there isn't a why.
Yeah. A why is more of an emotional thing than an actual factual thing.
Yeah, it's true. Like, why is not an important question in the context of science.
No.
No. Like, from a religious perspective, it is. But that's
maybe from a legal perspective, it may be.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
We're talking about the ontological nature of the universe, not a legal proceeding. Legal proceedings are different because legal proceedings have hard and fast rules.
Yeah, but science has more nuance.
We all know.
Stop adding nuance to the conversation, Jamal. I don't like your facts.
Shut up and play, fag.
Shut up, liberal.
You liberal bastard.
For us being here, and what is the nature of the universe? What is the nature of our consciousness? This is an interesting book called Biocentrism by someone called Robert Lanza. Here he tackles the idea of creation and addresses the flaws in the same way that Stephen Fry is addressing the flaws in Christian doctrine. Robert Lanza here addresses the flaws in received physics.
Russell Brand has no time for this. He's into hipster physics.
Hipster physics. What the hell is hipster physics?
Like, the idea is if a scientific theory becomes too widespread and too popular, it must be wrong because it's accepted by too many people. It's basically the opposite of an appeal to popularity. Loads of people believe in evolution, therefore aliens did it. Gravity is generally accepted to be true, therefore I can fly.
Yeah, water is wet, therefore I cannot drown.
In the last few decades, there's been considerable discussion of a basic paradox in the construction of the universe as we know it. For example, if the Big Bang had been 1 part in a million more powerful, it would have rushed out too fast for the galaxies and life to develop.
Not true. Not true. It's very simple.
Lies.
Yeah, it's just demonstrably not true. Anyway.
If the strong nuclear force would decrease to 2%, atomic nuclei wouldn't hold together, and plain vanilla hydrogen.
Right, can I just point out that in the context of the explosion which created the Big Bang, right? Well, no, the explosion which was the Big Bang, in the context of a massive explosion of compressed energy, which was so vast that it created a universe, he's trying to frame 2% as a negligible amount of difference, but it's not. If you consider the fact that the Earth takes up what 0.000000000000000 ad infinitum of a percent of the entire space of the universe, 2% extra charge or 2% less charge in the Big Bang would be a massive amount of difference. And he's just like, he's acting like that's nothing. He's misrepresenting the statistics.
Oh God, it's
the only kind of pattern in the universe. If the gravitational force were decreased by just a hair, stars, including the sun, would not ignite.
Well, that's not true because stars create gravitational force. Like the Earth orbits around the sun because of a gravitational pull. The gravitational pull wouldn't be there if the sun wasn't there.
But what about the moon then? Checkmate, atheists.
Well, do you want me to explain the moon, or do you want me to wait because I've got a video about that as well?
Okay, then let's wait.
These are three of more than 2 physical parameters within the solar system and universe, so exact that it strains credulity to propose that they are random.
Can I just bring up a fact which I find quite interesting? And you know when people make this argument that if the sun was like an inch further away from, if the Earth was an inch further away from the sun, we'd all die, we'd all freeze to death, right? I was actually taught that in school as a fact, right?
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Jesus Christ, you poor bastard.
Right. Anyway, that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say was, for starters, that argument, like, if the Earth was an inch further away from the sun, we'd all freeze. If it was an inch closer, we'd all burn. Jump. Just jump. Also, this was the other thing. I was actually just stalling there because I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry, I had a very active teenage life and it's addled my brain. What I was going to say was, did you know that a few years ago we discovered a bacterium in California, I believe, which can survive, which actually feeds on arsenic?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why that's a significant discovery?
Why?
Basically, it was believed for a very long time that life forms, A, had to be carbon-based, and B, had a very specific set of requirements, light, water, oxygen, to survive, basically. Like, life needs these certain parameters. Arsenic is deadly to all carbon-based life forms. And according to biology, up to that point, all life had to be carbon-based to exist, right?
Mm.
Now, if we can find a bacteria which flies in the face of what we believe to be true in biology, and we've had to completely change the way we think about biology because of the discovery of that bacteria, right?
Yeah.
Then why are the rules of the universe, according to Russell's own argument, so hard and fast? They're not. They're very flexible. I mean, the strength of the gravitational pull of Earth changes all the time because we're on an elliptical orbit.
Yeah. So what's factual today might not be factual tomorrow.
No, it might not. That's true.
Even if that's exactly what standard contemporary physics boldly suggests. Terence McKenna, a kind of wacky shaman fella, said that the perspective of contemporary science is give us one free miracle and we'll explain the rest.
Prove that to be true.
Free miracle being that the universe sprang into being with these exact rules that are required for life and consciousness.
Can I tell you my theory about how the universe came into being?
Fire away.
Really quickly, right? I think that the universe is in a constant cycle of expansion and retraction that happens over a time scale of trillions of years, right? Mm-hmm. So I think what happens is the universe expands outwards, gets as big as it can get, and then starts to contract back in on itself, basically. And we're just in another cycle of that universe. I also think that there's more than one universe, though. So what about Anor? But the whole point is we don't know what came before the universe. Yeah. But just because we don't know doesn't mean that an invisible man in the sky made it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
I suppose what Christianity and Islam...
I'm not even a scientist. I just have a basic knowledge of science, and I'm able to refute most of this.
Well, you're doing better than Russell.
Sorry?
You're doing better than Russell, I'll tell you that much.
Hinduism and Jainism and Buddhism are trying to do is make sense of our position, our perspective as awake, conscious, sentient beings within the infinite. For me, as a person who believes in God, my understanding of God is this, that my consciousness emanates from a perspective, and it passes through endless filters, the filters of the senses, the subjective filters of the senses and of my own biography. This is good, this is bad, this is wrong.
Your senses are not subjective. The way that you perceive your senses is subjective. And there's a massive difference between those two things.
I want that, I don't want that. But behind all of that, there is an awakeness, an awareness.
You know, you can tell, I just figured out why so many stupid people think that he's really clever.
Why?
I just figured it out. Because he gesticulates so much. He moves, because stupid people, you know how babies, you can distract a baby by jangling a set of car keys in front of their face.
Yeah.
It's the same basic principle. Look at how much his hands move while he talks, though.
That sees it all. And it's in you too, and it's in Stephen Fry, and it's in the man that was interviewing him. It's in all of us, an awakeness, an interconnectivity. None of us can ever know if there is a God, but we do know there is an us. None of us can ever know if there's wrong or right, but we do know there is an us.
Well, no, we have a pretty clearly defined idea of wrong and right, which evolves over time.
Yeah,
because of
like everything else.
As posited by Carl Jung, just because we have the social contract, which is where our morality comes from. We don't need a God to tell us that murdering someone is wrong. We can see for ourselves that murdering someone is wrong because we think, oh, I wouldn't like to be murdered, so why should I have the right to murder someone else?
Yeah. And
That's
to be honest,
it's not a complex concept to grasp.
What do you think Jesus was then? I think he was a very
Oh, fucking hell. Learn how to mix audio, Russell.
he was an inspiration as a teacher. I do think a lot of the things he says are actually nonsense when you examine it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think people are way too nice to Jesus, like atheists and stuff. You know, they're way too soft on him. You know, they go like, oh, well, you know, he was a great man. And it's like, well, not really.
He had some good points.
Even as a figure of mythology, like even if you look at him and compare him to the other great heroes of mythology, he doesn't really stand up. Like, what did he do? He turned water into wine. So what? What did Hercules do? Broke into hell and stole the devil's dog.
There you go.
Very beautiful. There's a bit like the dog, twee and completely practical. And in that sense, an insult to the human spirit.
Yeah!
That he moves without sin cast the first stone. At first, I think that's rather wonderful. Yes, what hypocrites. How could you possibly have a justice system? Nobody would ever go to prison.
Christ included abandon God to be free. I believe the opposite. We should embrace God to be free. Not embrace dogma, not embrace doctrine, but look, because within religion, even the most conventional religions, there's so many beautiful things. In fact, the thing Stephen Fry said there about that he who is without sin cast the first stone comes from a story in which Mary Magdalene, a prostitute.
I like the part in the Bible that says that rape victims have to marry their rapist.
Oh yeah, that's a very uplifting.
I like the part in the Bible that says that if you wear mixed fabrics, you have to be stoned to death. I like the part in the Bible where Lot's daughters take turns raping him while he's asleep.
What about the part?
No, go on. Give me your.
What about the part in the Bible where they actually, when they're in, was it either Sodom or Gomorrah? Where basically, where it was about Lot. It's still going on with Lot.
Oh, what?
Basically,
he offers up his daughters to be raped.
Yeah, basically, don't rape the age. Here's my daughters. Yeah, way to go, Father of the Year award, you fucking dumbass.
Oh. Well, biblical morality, mate, it's pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah.
It was being condemned, and Christ said, "Hold a second, before we all start getting leery about you lot are all perfect, are you?" And
getting leery about Mary.
Now, apply that principle judiciously in contemporary justice. Well, I would say that when you are condemning murderers or paedophiles, to acknowledge within us all is the capacity for evil. That, as Solzhenitsyn, the Russian writer, said, the line between good and evil runs not between nations, religions, continents, or creeds, but through every human heart. So when you are judging a paedophile, when you are judging the worst kind of criminals imaginable, to acknowledge that the thing in them.
That's a nice sentiment, but cognition and therefore morality actually comes from the brain, not from the heart.
Yeah.
All your heart does is pump blood around your body.
Mm-hmm.
That has manifested this negativity is also within us. And our first...
You know how people talk about like misattribution of culture and like how cultural appropriation and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why does no one ever complain about how the heart has appropriated cognition from the brain?
I don't
No one ever talk about that.
know.
Bullshit.
is to negotiate with the negativity.
I'm fucking bored of this now. Can we skip?
Oh, God, yeah.
I've already destroyed his argument about why God is real. So, I mean, unless he's going to pull some massive like U-turn or like curveball in the next minute or so.
Within ourselves.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I found this 2 days ago.
2 days.
2 days ago, and it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a play and see what we think.
Hello everybody, Claudia Berlin here, and
Hello.
welcome to my feminist thought of the week. Today's feminist thought video is titled Turning the Table. That scary thing that anti-feminist men do when they say that you don't want equality, you just want to turn the tables. And that's especially scary because in that statement, they're basically admitting that they know at the moment the system is wrong, that it's unequal, that men are privileged over women, and that women are having a really shitty time, and other genders are having a really shitty time.
You mean other genders are having a shit? You mean everybody's having a shitty time? That's what you basically said.
Genders, what she means is like the modern sense that there's like 63 different genders and stuff. I think. I'm not going to presume to know what she thinks, which by the basis of that statement isn't much, but that's I see where she's coming from there basically.
Yeah.
And
it is shitty. It is shitty. I mean, in other countries, it's very shitty.
I know some people that are way more anti-feminist than I am. Like, I've made it clear. I am a feminist in the sense that I believe in equality.
I'm a feminist in the sense of I believe in equality. Plus, I actually do believe strongly in female empowerment, which is why I do kind of like... Which is why, in a lot of ways, like I've gotten to this weird habit of teaching women self-defense.
I've got into this habit of tucking my penis between my legs.
But yeah, I mean, I do.
The thing is, and even then, like the whole thing she said, loads of anti-feminist men have like said this. I've never heard that phrase. I spend most of my life like debating with people on the internet because I'm a human being, and I have never ever heard the phrase "you just want to turn the tables."
Turn the tape.
That's what this whole video is about. Her making that statement. She's created a straw man right at the beginning.
So, they wouldn't acknowledge. And their problem is not that there's inequality and that loads of us have an absolutely shitty time within this patriarchal system. Oh no.
You seem to be doing very fine as you are, madam.
Yeah, speaking as not an anti-feminist, but I mean, that's the compromising, right? All right, according to her, I would be considered an anti-feminist, right? My issue is not the fact that a lot of these radicalized feminists, which I don't know whether she is or not, are female supremacists. They are quite upfront about the fact that they want men to be supplanted, which is fair enough. I believe that people should be equal.
Yeah.
But, right, here's my caveat to that, right? What about, you say women have a shitty time. They really don't in the Western world, right?
No.
What about women in India? What about women in Saudi Arabia? What about women in, like, Ethiopia?
Even women in Jamaica.
Why are feminists always talking about shit in the Western world where feminism isn't really needed anymore as much as it used to be?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And also, if you yourself admit that there's more than two genders, then why would a movement for equality frame itself entirely around the rights of a single gender?
Checkmate, feminists.
What if one day we switched the system round so that women were at the top, at the bottom?
I actually think that if women were at the top and men were at the bottom, society would be a much better place. I mean, not these women, but, you know, women.
If rational,
much better.
if rational smart, if it was like someone like, you know what, if someone like, I don't know, Steph.
In general, women are a lot smarter than men. I will fully admit that as well. But some of them are really fucking stupid.
I am
one of those people that believes that 98% of everyone is shit.
Yeah.
And those 2% that shine through.
I mean, I think the thing is, well, my mum's for one thing, my mum's a teacher, so the whole thing of women being smarter than men, yeah, I could be down with that. But the whole thing of
most of these women that are way smarter than men do say that they're egalitarian, though. I'm just saying. Just putting that out.
That's pretty much true. But yeah, it's like, but in the thing, if you say, okay, the fact that we said women are smarter than men, obviously, that's going to get.
I said generally, though. I said generally.
Generally. But the thing is, if you said the other way around, God, my God, will be getting a lot of hate mail for it.
You know what? Actually, yeah, just so that people can take an audio clip out of context. Yeah, men are way smarter than women. There you go. Now you've got a fucking audio clip to use against me on Tumblr. Right.
Oh God. Oh man. I forgot my thought as well.
I don't care. If more people comment, we get more ad revenue.
They're going through shit because of the patriarchy. Just so long as it's not you, eh, guys? Really though, I see a lot.
That's not what let's not put that.
I like it. I like the fact that it's like a white woman in the West is telling me, a black man in Britain, how I have it so much better than her. How?
Some pretty good taste in books, though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Fashion sense is pretty shitty, but you know.
She's a Whovian as well, so I've got to give her props. Yeah, it's true. She's a Whovian.
Oh.
And a Sherlock fan, so, you know. Although I don't agree with your political views, your views on geek culture are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can find a positive trait in pretty much anyone, apart from Stephen. Have you noticed Stephen Crowder's the one person that I've not complimented in any way on this show?
Lots of anti-feminist men and a lot of men in general getting really worried about feminism because it's misandry and it's man-hating and it's.
Well, I'm worried the woman who's most likely going to be president of the United States in 2016 sincerely believes that the wage gap statistic is a real statistic and is using it as a political talking point. I think considering that the person with access to the red button believes demonstrable economic fallacy is worrying.
For those who don't know, do you want to...
Sorry, but like, you're trying to generalize it and go, oh, well, feminists just want equality. And if you question that, you're a misogynist. Fuck you.
Well, yeah.
No ideology is above questioning. And you should be glad that I'm fucking questioning it and I'm pointing out the flaws, because what you should do if you're intelligent is
to improve on those flaws.
Take that criticism on board, use it to make your ideology better. Use it to make it so that you can't question it because it's fucking correct.
I mean, for fuck's sake, even, you know...
I get more angry over the feminism thing than the religion thing because the feminism thing is so close to being right.
Do you know?
A few little changes, it would be completely correct.
Yeah. Do you know what the thing is with the idea is like, I mean, especially with people like fucking Anita Sarkeesian, Emma Watson, or fucking
Rebecca Watson.
Rebecca. I don't. You know, that's like. Sorry, that's how fucking irrelevant Rebecca fucking Watson is, that I've confused her with someone who actually has some fucking credibility. Ugh. But with people like Anita Sarkeesian, Rebecca Watson, and Lacey Green, is that if you even dare to fucking question them on their ideology and even point out their flaws, you think it's like you're fucking attacking feminism. No, you're not. We're not attacking feminism.
Thank you for letting us know, by the way, what your Bang Bros bucket list is.
What?
Your Bang Bros bucket list is Anita Sarkeesian, Rebecca Watson, and
oh man,
so terrible. I'm so terrible.
Yeah,
People are going to call me a misogynist for saying that as well. I just fucking know it.
Well, to be in your defence, I probably have a better chance because I'm a black guy.
It's true. Yeah, but no, because they would find that intimidating.
God damn. See,
the thing is, most feminists would go, because I'm not a traditionally masculine male. Like I'm physically quite small, so people who think masculinity is toxic tend to find me quite attractive, which is hilarious because, as you know, I'm like really competitive and fucking aggressive in my views.
It's weird. I mean, it's weird because I look a lot. Well, I probably look a lot masculine than you, but it's like I am not as. I can be very fucking aggressive, but I don't tend to be like that towards people. I'm usually very, very collaborative and very social, which wasn't the case about.
I just mercilessly mock everyone.
Oh yeah, I'll try and take the piss out of as many people as I can.
This is turning into a fucking egotistical circle jerk. So
oh god.
Let's move it on.
The system where women are now, and it really is scary because they are afraid of that happening. They're frightened of it happening. The very thought of the system turning, of the tables turning, so that women are on the top and men are on the bottom, it makes them angry. It makes them scared. And yet they can't comprehend why we have a problem with the system as it is. No, scratch that, they can why we have a problem. They just literally don't care. Just to set the record straight,
Thank you for speaking for me.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't mind women being on top.
Thank you for speaking for my entire gender. Clearly, you have equality and fairness in mind.
Of course.
Clearly. And the thing is, from her perspective, although her argument is shite, if the tables were turned, I don't think the world would be very different. Because I think that most people are shitty people no matter what.
Yeah, and to be honest, this is a shitty argument to make and a shitty comparison to make. And because she wasn't really a feminist anyway, but we've already kind of like proved that with Thatcher.
She's a feminist in the broadest sense of the word.
What, Thatcher?
No, I'm talking about this.
No.
Claudia Berlin, that's her name.
Yeah. But yeah, my argument of,
Claudia Berlin, you're fucking wrong.
Yes, you're wrong.
Sorry. You clearly mean well, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And you're clearly not that shitty a person. You're definitely the least shitty person we probably covered on this show. So, yeah. And you have good sci-fi, but your arguments about feminism and your generalizations of men are quite frankly offensive. Come at me.
Feminists don't want to turn the tables. We want to bash those current rubbish tables up with a bat and replace them with far more.
You'll find that you get much better results with a fire axe.
Yes.
I'm just saying, pragmatically, using a bat to smash up a table will take you a very long time.
Accessible furniture for all. We're not here to switch roles within the patriarchy, therefore.
I think she thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Oh, God.
We want to get rid of a
matriarchy
system which privileges one gender over all the others. So the message of this video is to be very, very careful because they apparently want to substitute the male gender superiority.
Can I just say so? Do you remember?
They're admitting they see a.
Go on.
Do you remember what TJ's definition of feminism was?
What was TJ's definition?
What he basically said, I think it was a couple of years ago when he did a YouTube video on feminism, the idea that both genders can achieve equality by solely focusing on the issues of one of them.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is in the modern parlance. Like,
Oh yeah.
I would argue that it all went downhill after second wave feminism. But if you even go back to first wave feminism, I mean, Emily Pankhurst didn't give a shit about black women's rights.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
It's bullshit. It's always been.
That's what George Carlin pointed that out seriously. And the thing is, in America,
it's always been rich white women.
Yeah.
Never the rights of poor black women. It's never the rights of poor Latino women. It's always look at the difference between what Emily Pankhurst said and what Martin Luther King Jr. said, right? Emily Pankhurst didn't give a shit about black women, didn't give a shit about Latino women, didn't even give about poor white women. All she gave a shit about was
rich,
and the social classes above her, right? Whereas you look at and the idea that injustices only count if they're injustices against women. Whereas you look at what Martin Luther King said,
and injustice everywhere. It's injustice everywhere.
If your rights have been infringed upon,
so am I. Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck your argument.
Problem, but they're also that they don't, as long as they benefit from it, and we.
Not though. I care. I don't want female supremacy because I don't want any gender to have supremacy.
No, we want female and male collaboration, and obviously trans collaboration as well, because
I factor trans, as far as I'm concerned, with trans people. They're whatever gender they feel they are.
Yeah.
I don't. When I talk about male and female and the gender binary, I know it's a bit of an archaic way of putting it.
You know what? It's a fair point. I mean, I don't care either way. If I think you're okay, if you think you're reasonable, I'll respect you. If I think you're a cunt, fuck off. And I don't care if you're a male, female, or trans person. If you act like a cunt, and if you treat me like shit, you can go fuck yourself with a ninja scroll.
I don't care if you're a fucking Martian. In fact, no, that could potentially be offensive to aliens. So if I treat you the way that I would treat a human. In fact, I would probably treat you a bit better because you have access to advanced technology that I want to get my hands on. I'm going to be honest about my intentions.
Thought that. Anyway, get smashing those tables. I love you loads, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
No, you don't. I don't care whether I live or die. Fuck off. Okay. Shall we make this our last one?
Yeah, we'll make it our last one, and then
we've been on this. We've taken a lot longer than I thought we would. Okay, the moon is not real, according to David Icke.
Oh Jesus!
Because of where it is, when we have an eclipse, it is the same size as the sun. That's why we have the eclipses of the orbit of the moon. Say this: the moon is bigger than it should be, apparently older than it should be, and much lighter in mass than it should be. It occupies an unlikely...
How the fuck did someone weigh the moon?
How can you weigh the moon? How?
Even if you got it onto a scale, there's no gravity in space.
My God.
Also, how can you say the moon is bigger than it should be when the moon wasn't designed? The moon came about because of a natural process.
And how big should the moon be anyway?
The orbit
Yeah.
is so ordinary that all existing explanations for its presence are fraught with difficulties, and none of them could be considered remotely watertight.
Well, no, but just because the scientific arguments aren't necessarily watertight, according to you, doesn't mean that therefore God or therefore the moon's a hologram. That's not how logic works.
When you go on and you say, where'd the moon come from? You get this story. And like so much in what we call science, that people take it as fact, it's actually a theory.
I always look...
That theory is whack, yo.
I always like the fact that the people who are basically the non-scientists always like it. It's weird. It's like the non-scientists are always like so eager to debate the scientists on science.
As long as the scientists aren't actually there to defend themselves.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Or the anti-scientists set the rules of the debate. My favourite one was I once said to someone, "Prove the prove that God is real without the Bible. And he went, prove that science is real without a textbook.
Jesus Christ, people.
Oh,
man. Carry on.
It becomes fact, but then you go back, you find it's a theory. And the first one is the moon was created by what's known as the whack theory, or the big whack. And that is that a Mars-type planet came in, smacked the Earth,
a Mars-type planet. Jamal.
Yeah.
A Mars-type.
A Mars-type.
What's a Mars-type? Does he mean a medium-sized world with a toxic atmosphere? Is that what he means by that? I don't know. That's such a weird statement to make. Do you know what I mean?
It's so silly, man.
I don't like using that word, but this is retarded.
Came off and became the moon. When the physics of that didn't work out, they came up with the double whack theory, where the Mars-type planet hit the Earth, big thumbs off or whatever, and then the Mars-type planet...
That's not a Mars-type planet. That's an asteroid. Have you never seen Mars?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever seen an asteroid before.
Comes back and whacks it again, the old one too. Talk about bloody desperate. The truth is, and as honest scientists will tell you, they have no bloody clue where the moon comes from.
Therefore,
neither do you. Neither do you, sir.
Do you know what one of the more prevalent theories of how the moon came about is?
What?
From an actual scientist, not from this fucking idiot, right? Wait a minute, is he quoting Isaac Asimov as if he is an authority on this subject?
Oh, Jesus.
I'll get onto that in a minute, right? But first, the general theory of how the moon came about is Earth was hit by some massive stellar object, right? And then part of the Earth came off and came out of our gravitational zone. So it was separated from the rest of the Earth. And over time, that rock gathered together the other pieces of debris in the area, because if you can imagine, if a rock slams into the Earth, there's going to be some debris, right?
Yeah.
Over time, that debris clumped together, created its own gravitational field, and became the moon. Right? That makes a lot more sense than positing that the moon's a hologram.
Oh, God.
He said this, quite right, helped them come to the conclusion that the moon by rights ought not to be there.
Isaac Asimov was not Russian, he was American.
Carry on.
Sorry, that annoyed me.
Small planets such as Earth, with weak gravitational fields, might well lack satellites. In general, then, when a planet does have satellites, those satellites are much smaller than the planet itself. Therefore, even if the Earth has a satellite, there would be...
What does it say he's a professor of?
Actually, I can't even see the...
Rhetorical question. It says he's a professor of biochemistry, right?
Yeah.
Not astronomy. Not, like, he's not qualified. I know Isaac Asimov is a great science fiction writer and he was a great scientist, but he is not qualified to talk about astronomy as an authority.
Yes, the key word is science fiction.
Yeah, he was a pretty accomplished scientist as well. Let's not undersell what he was about, but he is not a valid source when you're trying to talk about whether the moon's real or not.
To suspect that at best it would be a tiny world, perhaps 30 miles in diameter. But that is not so. Earth not only has a satellite, but it is a giant satellite, 2,160 miles in diameter. How is it then that that tiny Earth has one? Amazing. Some scientists don't even talk about a planet-satellite relationship, but a planet-planet relationship. The moon's bigger than Pluto.
But it's not a planet because it doesn't have an atmosphere and it's orbiting around another planet. Like, according to the definition of a planet, just because of how big it's big doesn't mean that it's a planet. There are asteroids in the asteroid belt in the solar system that are bigger than Pluto. And Pluto isn't considered a planet anymore. Anyway.
Moving on.
The moon is observational error. The moon doesn't exist, that scientist said. Another one from NASA. It seems easier to explain the non-existence of the moon than its existence. And then we get the
pretty sure that that's been quote mined.
Oh god.
You know what I mean?
How much more of this shit do we have to take?
He probably said that as like a witty quip to someone.
Oh, how much more of this video is there left?
Quite a lot.
It's a whole
An hour.
I think another minute and then fuck this.
I'm skipping.
Yeah.
This could not be the end of the podcast as well. I'm sorry, but.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, Trevor Yao.
Oh no! Wait a minute. If, could you please present the video as well? Because for some reason I seem to have lost contact, or at least I can't see your screen. There we go. That's a lot better.
It just had a little bit of a delay.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, we got to end on Trevor Yao.
Right. I'd just like to give this a bit of introduction. Trevor Yao is well, basically he's a musical genius. And why are you laughing, Jamal? Stop laughing. He's like an avant-garde pop producer / rapper / actor / artist / record label boss. I mean, he's a real like Renaissance man. He's like a Chinese Kanye West
without the Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. Oh no, he's fucking deep fried in pussy batter. He doesn't need that. Anyway,
I still can't see the for some reason I can't see the fucking video again.
I just want to give Trevor a little plug because I'm going to be sending this to him afterwards.
Yeah.
And if you would like Trevor to be on the show, then let us know because it may happen.
Yeah.
Oh man, can you?
Yeah,
Oh!
No.
Freestyle, you're not J-Pop, you're fucking law. My dick's got fucking ass in your jaw. Don't chop your back, don't you chill, I leave your last, I leave you in the best. That's the rapper. That's the rapper.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Don't chill, I don't believe in shit. Don't chill, stop going to your ass. That's so cute, that crust real fast. Don't chill, I be forward. I still fast up to the tour. Don't chill, get calm when I come on the scene. Oh yes, I'm a losing machine. I don't give a fuck about the truth, so you know when I'm so bad. Don't chill, I'm super hard. Yes, don't chill, I'm sorry.
Stop losing it.
Perfect. Stop panic. I don't give a fuck about anyone. I only level up at my guns.
Damn!
I'm the best. Oh yes, no contest. I bring fear, and where I go, I bring fear to the host. I bring fear, and you know it. Oh yes, that's my fucking bullets. Bang, 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 bang. Run, you wanna record #1, man?
I think my brain just exploded from within.
Sorry?
I think my brain just exploded from within. I can't even touch my laptop anymore because it's just a hot fire of that was spit in my direction.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
My favourite bit was faster rapper. Oh man, dude's a musical genius.
It is a musical genius.
I want him on the show.
You think
I just want him on the podcast.
You think you can battle him?
Battle him? I don't know about that. I mean, I think I know. You know, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
We'll wait and see. So so we have a final video?
It's up to you. I mean, this has already run over way longer than I thought it would.
Well, I think we should I think we should wrap it
I
up.
mean, what we'll do is, because this is such a good video, we'll save it
for next week. Yeah.
Next,
or next week, or the week after.
Next week. And I actually, oh yeah, shit. We'll do a bit of video next week.
Yeah.
Debate. We'll do a couple of videos. This one next week is worth waiting for, and I will do a 10-second preview of it. Okay, 10-second preview of this video, so that you know what to expect next week. It's going to be fucking awesome. We've got a couple of really cool guys coming on to guest. It's going to be badass. Let's go.
Welcome to the Alexis Tyler Show. I'm your host, Alexis Tyler, and today we're going to talk more about my new book, Vagina Power.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's all you need. And I just want to say that invite I extended to Trevor Yao is also extended to anyone who covered today.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who wants to be on. Anyone who wants to come and counter-argue me and Jamal is welcome. So. Look at you, Stephen Crowder! Look at you!
Stephen Crowder, you're dead meat, man.
Stephen Crowder's not. He's too good for this, man. I mean, we might be able to get Bill O'Reilly, but we couldn't get Stephen Crowder.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, this has been the Singing Soapbox podcast.
Yeah.
Please subscribe. It's going to get better over time. This was very much like a testy type thing. We're going to be having logos and theme songs and shit down the line. It's going to be awesome. I am R.R. Molyneux, a.k.a. Rye Lion, a.k.a. Fuck Aliases. He is Jamal Lewis of The Captivators.
Yep.
Check them out, by the way. They're dope. And I'm not just saying that because I'm scared of him. They are genuine. And you should check them out. Have an amazing week, and we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, awesome. And I will see hopefully some of you down at the Salford Carnival starting from 1.
Yeah, so go do that. And yeah, catch you later, guys.
All right, man.